Alright guys, I wanted to shoot another video. Try not to make it too long, but changed a few things on the way I mounted the compressor. And I kind of want to discuss what I'm going to do in the front. And if you haven't watched the other videos, I bought a Easy Air Ride kit from EasyAirRide.com. The owner's name is Steve. Real nice guy. And he makes kits for 63 through 72 C10s, assuming you have a coil spring setup. If you have the leaf spring, then you can buy the bag kit, but you can't just bolt it in. You have to have some kind of 4-link system for the back. But at any rate, this is as low as it gets in the front. Let me get a flashlight. This is as low as it gets in the front. And there's about, I think I measured it, on this side there's like 4 1/8 of an inch. And on the other side it's like 4.5 inches in between the tire and the fender well. So I found a guy that can cup control arms on C10s. He's done it before, and he's got a truck of his own, 66, short bed though. This one's long. And I got some control arms I was going to rebuild that are in the attic that came off of that truck. That one's got factory control arms, but they got 73 through 87 ball joints. I bought them from a friend that had already rebuilt them, had the Moog 73 through 87 joints. They were already painted, and I also bought some Beltec drop spindles and lowering springs for the back. So those have been on there for several years now. But the original ones came off of that one, or in the attic, and we'll pull them down. I was going to rebuild them, clean them up. Before I do all that, well, I'll still clean them up, but before I do all that, I'm going to take it to that guy and have him cup them. And I'm thinking 1.5 inches to maybe 2 inches at max. Coupled with a drop spindle down the line, I should be right on top of the fender well, if maybe a hair of an inch, 1/16, 1/8 of an inch clearance. So because the rear end, this is, of course, sitting on the jack stand, so this is what it would look like on the ground. And believe it or not, it's sitting on, you can't see from that angle. I'll show it from the other end while I'm down there, show you how I mounted the compressor, because I kind of changed all that. I got it sitting on just some scrap 2x4 with the frame sitting on the rear end. I don't know what I'm going to do for a bump stop, but so there's another 1.5 inch drop right there. There's a previous video I discussed. This is where I mounted the tank, because the tank being so wide, I mean, you can see where there's not as much space in between the frame and the end of the tank. Same thing there. And the way that is, the frame notches back. Now, if you want to move it up higher, it's no big deal. You just have to notch the frame. And I didn't want to get into all that. That's a lot of material to take away, so I scrapped that idea. This is what I did for the compressor. Now that bracket is a little overkill, but it's free. Where I work, they have some scrap angle iron laying on pallets. I'm a forklift technician, so when they come cradled, those this 5/16 plate is bolted to the wood frame. It sets on that. I'm not going to get into all that discussion, but so I just cut that down and just drill 2 holes. Drill 2 holes, mounted it to the frame, then same thing with the compressor. I think you can mount these in any direction. I don't think it affects the actual compressor itself. It will get a little, could get a little on the dirty side. That's why I faced the filter, the inlet filter, that way. And I may even, I don't know, I may even maybe make a splash shield somewhere. I don't know, just something. I might not. I'll just, and then of course the kit comes with a relay. You get a 40 amp fuse holder, and you get 8 gauge wire, like 20 feet, and this is oxygen free wire, so whatever that means, I don't know. Kind of cleaned the frame up, all that rust, and just re-grounded it where I mounted the bracket. And so I got the relay and the compressor grounded there. Then the relay comes with a harness, but I bypassed it because you're taking, the harness came with the wires that with this wire is, I got it soldered to that fuse holder wire there, which is 10 gauge, this is 8. So I'm not worried about a 2 gauge drop, but I wasn't going to go from 8 to 18 just to use a relay harness. So I just kind of ditched that. And the white wire goes to the switch. And since I drilled 2 holes for the, well, I was going to mount the compressor there, I just used them for clamps. That was already a hole that was already there. So, and of course there's the switch. One wire goes to the switch, from the switch to the relay. The other wire goes to the key ignition source. And I can show you what I did there. Got it up. I got the back in there because I'm gonna put the bumper in it today. Where'd that flashlight go? Where I set it? There it is. Route it all the way through, and then use that spot right there. Trying to get that lever out of the way. So, unfused ignition. There's 2 spots. The unfused part kind of don't like all that too much, but I don't think it'll be a big deal since it's the switch side. And I did confirm that the compressor works. So for now I take the relay out. I got the relay out of it, so when I turn it on, the compressor ain't running. Don't need to run for no reason, but just wanted to make a quick update. The video's past 9 minutes, so kind of went a little past the quick, but I'm gonna reroute these lines before I go. I got one more tank line. I ran out of air line, so I've got more on order. And I got it routed through already a pre-existing hole in the firewall. There's a big hole for just one wire going to the blower motor, so I had a grommet and everything fits through there. So, and I'm going to change up where the line's going in the front. I'm going to change all that up. I've already pulled this one back out. That's where I got the white wire going. I just need to kind of zip tie it and clean it up a little tighter, but other than that, it's coming along. It's taking longer than I thought it would, but That's how these projects go sometimes. They just take a little longer than you expect, but when you're done, you're a lot more confident and satisfied that it's done right, or at least done better than it would have been if you'd have been rushing through it. All I've heard to say it supplies a little positive battery terminal. So I got obviously the big wire there. This one here, big giant finger there. That one goes to the voltage regulator, and then the blue one goes to the compressor. So I just got it routed all the way down the frame along with the air line that's coming from the rear bags and tank. Well, once I get the rest of that line, I'm changing the fittings on the tank. It gives you four straights and two 90-degree angle fittings, and I'm changing those in the tank to 90, and I'll show you why. I got so much for a quick video, but I kind of want to discuss everything that I'm doing in case somebody wants to do a C10 with this kit. So I've already tried to get one locally. Nobody makes them. Even Steve from Ezair says he only found one supplier that carries it that goes from 1/2 inch to 1/4 inch DOT fitting. But with a 90, I mean, you see what I'm trying to do here. If I use those, I'd have to kind of bow it out, and obviously this being in the way, it'd be kind of a, you know, I could drill a hole through here, and if you want to do that, you can do that. I've already drilled more holes than I wanted with this. At your truck, you do what you want, but I wanted to minimize all the holes being drilled as possible, and I think the 90 will be a cleaner install. So I've ordered 2 fittings, more line, and some quick disconnect 90-degree elbow. So it'll basically look 2 of these or 4 of these. It'll go in the back, but it'll be this end on both sides. This is for the gauge, and he had some of those, and I think I'm going to use those. I got 6 of them. I'm going to use those right there, and that right when it bends up, that way it'd be a little bit tighter to the firewall, and less. Just trying to get rid of that bow, and I'll just see if I like that. If I don't, then I can always change it. But I'm all done here. I'm gonna get back after it, and I'm gonna put the rear bumper on, and hopefully next video I shoot, this thing will be sitting on its own air supply, if you would. Till then, thanks for watching.